Now let's continue. In the last video we have seen the structure of leaf. Now today we are going to see the types of leaves. Okay, now you might have seen that the leaves are of different types on different types of plants. Okay, they are not of similar types. So leaves can be of two types, simple leaves and compound leaves. Simple leaves. In a simple leaf, the lamina is undivided and is a single piece. Okay, it is undivided and it is in a single piece. Examples are mango, banana, banyan, etc. Marginal incision, if present, do not reach up to the midrib or the petiole. Examples is prickly poppy. Now here you can see there is an incision in the leaf margin. Okay, but it is not going up to the midrib. Okay, so when this incision is not going up to the midrib, still it is known as a simple leaf. But if the incision in this edges, it is going up to the midrib, then it is known as a compound leaf. Okay, so this comes under simple leaf because this incision is not going up to the midrib. Okay, now compound leaf. In a compound leaf, the leaf blade or lamina is divided into smaller units called the leaflets. Examples is rose. Here you can see this incision is going up to the midrib. Hence, small leaflets are formed. Okay, so this is an example of compound leaf. Example is rose. Now next, leaves can be classified in various ways on the basis of shape. Now on the basis of shape, it is classified into needle-shaped leaves. Examples are pine and onion. Oval leaves, examples are guava and apple. Heart-shaped leaf, example is peepal leaf. Oblong leaf, example is banana. Circular leaf, example is lotus and nasturtium. Tapering leaf, example is eucalyptus and ashoka. Okay, so here there are few examples. This is neem leaf, banana leaf and peepal leaf. Now the other way of classification of leaf is on the basis of margin. See here, complete or entire margin. If it has a complete or entire margin, it is known as complete leaf. Okay, that is peepal. Example is peepal. Toothed or serrated margin. Example is China rose and rose. Wavy margin. Example is ashoka and mango. Spinous margin. Example is prickly poppy. So here are some examples of leaf. Here bamboo, tapering leaf, lotus, it has a round leaf, mango and rose. Okay, rose has a serrated or toothed margin. Okay, now next comes the arrangement of leaves. Now you might have seen in different types of plants there are different types of arrangement of leaves. The arrangement of leaves on a stem or its branch is called phyllotaxy. Okay, arrangement of leaves on the stem or its branches is known as phyllotaxy. How the leaves are arranged, that is known as phyllotaxy. It is of different types. What are they? Alternate. Only one leaf arises from each node. The next leaf arises from the successive node in the opposite direction. Example is mint, peepal and China rose. See, what is the meaning of alternate? Here there is a stem and from one node one leaf is arising and from the other node other leaf is arising but in the opposite direction. Okay, this is known as alternate phyllotaxy. Okay, now opposite. In plants like jasmine and guava, two leaves arises on each node opposite to each other. This is called opposite arrangement. Means there is a stem and two leaves are arising from a single node in opposite direction. This is known as opposite phyllotaxy. So what are the examples of opposite phyllotaxy? Jasmine and guava. Now third, whorl phyllotaxy. More than two leaves are attached at each node, arranged in a whorl. Example, oleander or nerium. See here, at each node, more than one leaf is arising. Okay, at single node, more than one leaf is arising. That is known as whorl phyllotaxy. Example is oleander or nerium. Now here you can see alternate phyllotaxy means at each node on opposite sides leaves are single leaf on each node. Opposite means two leaves are coming out from each node in opposite direction. Whorl means more than one leaves are coming out of each node. Okay. Now venation of leaves. Arrangement of veins in a lamina is called venation. How the veins are arranged in a lamina, that is known as venation. Now this venation is of two types. What are they? Reticulate venation and parallel venation. Now in reticulate, in this type of venation, veins and veinlets are irregularly distributed in the lamina, forming a network. It forms a mesh-like network. Okay. Example is peepal, mango and guava leaves. Okay, that is in dicot plants. What is seen? Reticulate venation means veins and veinlets, they come together and form a mesh-like or network-like structure. That is known as reticulate venation. Whereas parallel venation, in this type of venation, veins run parallel to each other. Example, bananas, grass, maize and wheat leaves. That is in monocots, parallel venation is seen. Remember this. Now here in this diagram you can see, this is a peepal leaf. Here you can see all these veins and veinlets are arranged in a network-like pattern. So this is a reticulate venation. Whereas here you can see these veinlets, these veins are arranged in parallel fashion, parallel to each other. So this is known as parallel venation. Example is banana leaf. Next, functions of the leaf. Leaves are an important part of a plant. They perform various functions, but the two main functions are photosynthesis and transpiration. Okay, what are the two main functions of leaf? Photosynthesis, that is preparing the food, and transpiration. Now photosynthesis means preparation of food and transpiration means excess of water is lost by the plants through the leaves. That process is known as transpiration. Okay, now let's see the first process, that is photosynthesis. What is the meaning of photosynthesis? Production of food. The term photosynthesis means combining by light, that is photo, and synthesis means combining. Synthesis means we are producing something by the help of light. So during photosynthesis, water is combined with carbon dioxide to produce what? Glucose and oxygen. Okay, in the presence of light, combination of what is taking place? Carbon dioxide and water to produce glucose and oxygen. All green plants have the capability to prepare their own food and are therefore called autotrophs. Okay, all the plants can prepare their own food. So they are known as autotrophs. Okay, auto means self and troph means nourishment. This method of nutrition is called autotrophic nutrition. You might have seen this in the previous classes. Okay, autotrophic nutrition means when they can prepare their own food. For preparing food, the plants require the following. What all they require? Water, that is coming from the soil, carbon dioxide, that is coming from the air, chlorophyll, that is present in where? That is present in the leaf, and energy. Energy is coming from where? From the sunlight. Okay, so previously we have seen photo, that means in the presence of sunlight. Okay, so the process by which a plant leaf prepares or synthesizes food from water and carbon dioxide in the presence of what? Chlorophyll and sunlight is called photosynthesis. What all it requires? Water, carbon dioxide, chlorophyll is present in the leaf and energy thus in the presence of sunlight. So that process is known as photosynthesis. Okay. So here you can see water and minerals comes from the root, that is from the soil. Then the plant takes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, light energy, that is from the sun, and chlorophyll is present in the leaves itself, and then photosynthesis takes place and what is released? Oxygen is released out in the air. Okay. So this is the process of photosynthesis. Now let's see this. Photosynthesis is represented as follows. Carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of what? Chlorophyll and sunlight gives what? Glucose and oxygen. So it can be written like this. Glucose, the formula is C6H12O6. Okay. What are the two end products? Glucose, that is C6H12O6, and oxygen. So oxygen is released back into the atmosphere and this glucose is used as a food for the plants. Okay. Now significance of photosynthesis. What is the significance of photosynthesis? Firstly, what the plant is getting? It is getting food. During photosynthesis, plants prepare food not only for themselves but also for animals. Because most of us, what we are eating? We are eating plants. So, they are preparing the food for themselves also and for us also. That is for animals also. Oxygen. What is produced during photosynthesis other than food? Oxygen is being prepared, right? And this oxygen is released out into the air. Leaves give out the oxygen produced as a byproduct during photosynthesis, which supports life on Earth. Now we all require oxygen for breathing. From where we are getting this oxygen? From the plants. And what is the procedure by which this oxygen is formed? By the process of photosynthesis. Okay? Both plants and animals utilize this oxygen for respiration. Okay? So this oxygen is used for respiration. Now here ends the photosynthesis part. What is photosynthesis? What was the first function of leaf? That was photosynthesis.